What is up, guys? Welcome to the stream. My name is Jay. The YouTube channel is called Trippin with Jay. And thank you guys for tuning in on this Sunday afternoon or evening if you are in Africa. All right. So if you guys have never heard my voice before, never seen my content, we do reaction content to countries around Africa with a specific focus right now on Ethiopia. And I was very, very interested in knowing what is the experience like living in Ethiopia, specifically for Americans as well and other Ethiopians in the diaspora. So I found a video. We're going to just react to this here, and we'll see how the stream goes. You see if you guys want to potentially submit some videos to react to or to review, and we can go from there. So we already got some chats from TikTok first. He says first. Let me actually move this up a little bit. But yeah, how are you guys doing this Sunday, man? Appreciate you guys coming in. For sure, for sure. Let's see. Cool. Let's go ahead and begin. So the first video that we have here is from a content creator named Web Nation. And I've been following Web Nation for quite some time, and they're right now at 150,000 subscribers, which is crazy. And the video is titled, "I Left the USA for Ethiopia, Built a Gym from Scratch, and Made $78,000 plus in 1 year." Crazy. I would love to hear this story. And before we begin, guys, make sure you go subscribe to the channel and support at trippinwithjay.com, or you can super chat in on the YouTube side of things, and because super chats are always appreciated. But thank you, guys. Let's go ahead and react, and be sure to subscribe to their channel as well.
After my first year working in the States, I realized I didn't like it. Every day I'd go into work and just feel like I wish I could go back to Ethiopia. Ethiopia was on my radar because obviously I grew up here, so this was my comfort zone. And I knew there was so much I could do if I moved back. I just didn't know what, but I knew I would make impact if I came back, and I just did something, anything. So a year into my career, I knew I wanted to move back. It just didn't, it felt like it was
That's my theme song too.
You'd wake up, you'd go to work, you'd go home, and then that was it. It was a routine, and it was a cycle that didn't allow me to have a social life, that didn't challenge me in terms of my personal relationships, my career. It just didn't feel like I was progressing in life after that first year. Since then, I thought about moving back.
Dude, and oh my gosh, I'm so glad I had that intro for her, because she literally stated like why she wanted to move to Ethiopia from the US, and is exactly the reason why I made my live stream last night on how to leave the matrix, which is code word for the USA or any other Western country that kind of like keeps you in like a financial trap. It keeps you in that hamster wheel. And she just said that she was like stressed out, didn't have a lot of time, and wanted to move back to Ethiopia so she could kind of explore something more. Because what's the reason for keeping yourself going to work every day, right? It's to pay off other stuff, at least if you're from the US. But in order to free yourself, you have to leave all that stuff behind, and you have to start anew. And she apparently started a gym. So I can't wait to see and hear that story of her starting with that gym.
Hi, my name is Hamraout. I am the founder and owner of Afroheat Fitness.
Oh.
Afroheat Fitness is a women's wellness and fitness community. Started off about a year and a half ago here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, but we are working towards being a movement in all of Africa.
Let's pause this. All right, so man, her first name is crazy. This whole name is insane. Respectfully, Hamrawit Gizal Tibeke. Okay. She was she was born and raised in Addis Ababa. At 18, she moved to the U.S. on a half scholarship to study computer science. Whoa. And worked as a software developer for 2 years, realizing the field didn't allow her to engage with people as she desired. She moved to the UK to study business psychology for 1 year. During this time, she felt unfulfilled and replaceable, which you are replaceable in your job, if you didn't know that. She felt unfulfilled and replaceable in her roles, sensing she lacked meaningful impact. Despite having a successful tech career during the 2015 boom, the unstable political situation in Ethiopia, her parents' concerns, and having spent all her money on studies, she decided to resign and move back to Addis Ababa to start from scratch. Let's get it.
Hi guys,
Hamri.
my name is Hamrawit. I relocated from the States to Ethiopia to open my women's wellness and fitness center, Afroheat Fitness.
Wow.
Come on, let me show you around.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the beats on here, man. Oh, she got an art studio?
This is our lobby / reception area. We've got some pictures of us throughout the years. You come through here, and this is our main boot camp space where we do strength and conditioning workouts. So we pretty much use free weights for the most part, dumbbells, kettlebells, and functional equipment to run group boot camp style classes in this space.
Wow,
but
look
we
at
also
that,
run
guys.
personal training, mobility classes, and stuff like that.
That's impressive.
So come upstairs and I'll show you our studio. I don't know if I had an unfortunate situation, but I lived in very cold states. I lived in Minnesota, I lived in Montana, I lived in Washington State, not DC, and I lived in areas where there were not a lot of black people. The weather was just crap all year round. It was very tough. School was tough because there was this misconception that I am from the jungle, like for lack of a better term. Like there was this huge misconception that I felt like I had to always try to prove myself. And I didn't know why. Like, why am I always trying to prove myself to people that may never really understand me also? Like, it just felt like...
Is that true? Like, guys, if for my Ethiopians that live in the U.S., do you guys feel the same way? Like, you have to prove yourself to people that may not be aware of your culture and think that you happen to be from the jungle? That's wild, bro. Like seeing someone from Africa and be like, "Oh yeah, you're from the jungle." Like, what? What?
Bruh.
All right.
Even when I was working, I had to be, 3 times better than the people around me to get less of a salary still. Like, it just felt like consistent, trying to fit in somewhere I shouldn't. It felt like I was forcing myself into a box that I shouldn't. So it was really difficult, but I learned a lot. I feel that I learned how to fend for myself. And
That's good.
I think I am very confident that I will make it in any difficult situation now because of the experiences that I think I can live anywhere. I think I can live with anyone. There are so many challenges you face, especially when you have roommates in uni, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you learn a lot from that situation. So I learned money management. I learned a lot from that experience, though it was very, very challenging. Welcome to the Maasai studio. This is mainly our dance studio. We also use it for yoga. And as you can see, we have all those different art pieces on the walls. We actually collaborate with local artists to show some of their pieces. And we run some art workshops and events like sip and paints. So that's what we use this space for.
That's so cool.
This
What?
is the workshop of our artist resident who runs those events. And the main idea for the space is that it's not a gym, it's a wellness center. So we try to have therapeutic activities, arts, crafts, anything that goes along the lines of mental well-being as much as physical well-being. So we come downstairs and I will show you our kickboxing area and
Kickboxing?
our cafe.
Bro, like she literally, that's not just a gym. And honestly, the title of the video may be a tad bit misleading. It's a legit wellness center because a gym is just like weights, like free weights, a cable machine, and a bench press or what have you. She actually has like an art studio, a yoga studio, and like a massage part. Like, what the heck? Like, this is a legit wellness experience. Like, I understand why she's making so much money, why it's so popular now, and it's tailored towards women only. That is probably the best, a key to her success is because it's tailored to women only. And I would assume it's just because of safety and comfortability with women working out in the gym. So they don't have to be around like creeps in the gym, because you see a lot of people on TikTok, or you see a lot of people on, shout out to my TikTok people. You see a lot of people on Instagram, and there are women catching guys, like filming them at the gym while they're like wearing like these tight pants or whatever and working out. And it really creeps people out when you are filming somebody without their consent, especially in a space like the gym. So, for her to provide a space for women to come and work out safely and confidently and without the worry of being filmed without their consent, that's a W in my humble opinion. I love that.
There was a time that we had cubicles and I was at work and I had a team lead, and we have this small speaker that we take turns playing music, and this one person, my colleague, played a song. It was a rap song. And it might have had some profanity. And my team lead, he just turned around and he was like, "Yo, Hammerwood, can you please turn off that music?" Like, he just assumed that I was the one playing this music. And I had no idea what was going on. And I just thought, okay, I don't know why. Maybe I was in my feelings that day. I just thought, I don't want to be here anymore, man.
Whoa.
Like, I'm tired of saying, no matter how professional I was being at work, I'm still not being taken seriously. I'm still the one, I'm trying so hard, but still, I'm the one that's, lacking somehow. So,
Bro, that's like blatant racism. Like, quite literally. That's insane. You hear rap music being played and you're like, all right, she's the only black looking person in this room. It has to be her. Do they not know that, like, white people purchase the most rap music? Like, what?
Bruh.
You can't just be that racist, bro. That's insane. Yeah, I would have definitely been planning to leave that job too. That's crazy racism. And it still happens too, and it's silent racism. That was just blatant. But in corporate America, a lot of very silent racism does happen. If you happen to work at a very prestigious company in the U.S., take a look at their senior leadership team or their VP leadership team. Can you guess the race of a lot of these companies, VPs and senior VPs and like the higher level people? Guess what race they are, bro? I'm gonna let y'all guess. And that's why corporate America I don't think will ever treat us fairly, bro.
So I thought to myself, nah, I'm done. I'm done. So I started really looking into what could I do if I was to leave or like move back, quit, do something. But yeah. This is
Wow.
our cafe slash lounge
Cafe.
where people hang around before class. Maybe they're working on their laptops, just chit chatting, catching up. Or after workout, we have a juice bar. So
A
they
juice
eat,
bar?
drink, and hang around. This is our kitchen. We have healthy meal options and juices, post-workout juice, chicken wrap, falafel wrap, chicken salad, shakshuka. It's delicious.
What's shakshuka? What is that? Chat, what is shakshuka?
Then we come to our kickboxing area.
Kickboxing?
This is where we run kickboxing classes simultaneously with the strength classes over there. So while people do their strength classes in that section, we've got some kickboxers doing either some boxing or some cardio on the cardio machines.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
This is legit.
This is it. I was running away from being imprisoned financially because I kind of understood how the credit system worked. And although I see the benefits of that, it felt like there was a cap to my growth because people would be, and also it didn't make sense to me that I remember trying to buy a car, right? And they were like, okay, we need to see your credit score, your credit history. It doesn't matter how much money you have in cash, right? And for me, it doesn't make sense. If I made this much money and I saved it and I have, $20,000 cash, why can't I buy something? Why do I have to then loan and then prove that I can pay back loans? Anyway, the credit system didn't make sense.
Bro, it's a trap. It is a trap. And this is exactly what was in my video last night or yesterday, is that it's a trap. It's a financial trap. What they do, they in the US, guys, for my people that have never either lived in the US or visited the US before, what they actually do in the financial system here is essentially the US financial system is backed by debt. The US has trillions of dollars of debt, and what they're doing now is putting their citizens also into more debt. And that's how people benefit from the interest rate on a loan, essentially, especially with cars and homes and things like that. Like even it was really credit cards as well, which is why all of that stuff needs to be paid off before you can kind of free yourself from the matrix. And this is detailed in the video that I posted yesterday on a live stream. So essentially, even if you have the cash, in her situation here, even if you have the cash, you have the 20K in cash and the car costs 20K, they're like, all right, hey, we have to run your credit. And you're like, why? I have 20K right here. I can just give you the cash and you give me the title to the car and I own it. No, let's actually, you can actually keep a large portion of that money and you can finance the remainder at a 10% interest rate. And you can go spoil yourself, queen. And you get to keep the car as well. And that's how they trap you, bro. That's how they trap you. And you have to do the best that you can to not get into any consumer debt, period, in the US. It will kill your financial wealth. And she figured it out ASAP, because I assume that in Ethiopia, it's like a cash-based system where they don't really have a lot of loan options. And she came to the States and was like, what is this? This makes no sense.
At first. And I thought to myself, if I stay here longer than I anticipate, it might be difficult to get out of that system because, I realized if I wanted to have a bigger credit score, I'd have to get in debt. And that means longer term, I have to stay here. If it's a mortgage, if it's So I was trying to run away from that, even though, at that point, everyone was telling me, stay, get your paperwork, become a citizen, or At that point, that will take you, 10 years? Which means I'll never leave then. Like, I'm gonna make myself a prisoner of a system that I don't wanna be in. So I was running away from that. And the second thing I was running away from is individuality. People in the States or in Europe from my experience, lived a very individualistic lifestyle. And I was used to a community, like growing up, you know, maybe the neighbors will watch your kids, maybe I'm hanging out with, I don't know, there was such a sense of community that, say you have a loss in your family, people are gonna come to you.
Thank you.
For at least the entire first month. Like, you're not alone. But in the West, I felt like everybody was living such individualistic lifestyles that, like, eventually it becomes selfish. And I felt like I don't want that. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be part of a society that makes me feel like I'm only out for myself. When really I grew up in a community that taught me to give without expecting anything in return. So I wanted to come back to that. I was searching for that sense of community and belongingness as humanity, as a race, like, you know. And I was also searching for, definitely, financial independence.
Ooh, she did not tell one lie in that statement. That is quintessentially one of the reasons why I also want to leave the U.S. is just the lack of community, right? Even if you, like, I have family that live in the same exact state that I live in. I live in Vegas, right, in Nevada. I have family that live in the same city as I do, and we don't talk. I reach out, they don't reply. Where's the community in the States? Everybody is in it for themselves, and it makes no sense. Even blood relatives don't reach back out. This is what's missing in the U.S., and this is why a lot of people want to move abroad as well, because they feel alienated. They feel isolated, right? They move to a brand new city, a brand new state. They don't have a community. It's so important to your mental health and mental health wealth to have a community of people that you can depend on, that you can reach out to if you need help with something. And this is why I like the thought of moving abroad to a different country. Like right now, I'm in Mexico, right? I instantly connected with the expat community down here through a Facebook group. And I just went to like maybe two or three events yesterday with a couple of different groups, and they were all Americans. They were all Americans. And I could literally call one of them right now and ask, hey, I need a ride somewhere. Can you come pick me up? And they'll be like, yes, I'll be there in 20 minutes. Or I can pull up to their house here in Mexico because they live down here. And I can say, hey, bro, are you at home? Yeah. Hey, I'm at your front door. And I could actually go into the house, kick it with them for a minute, and leave. I can't do that in the States, bro. I can't do that. And that's so sad because we are nothing without connections to other people. We are nothing without connections to other people, man. It's sad that I'm closer to people that are not my blood relatives rather than being closer to my blood relatives. That's so sad, but it's a reality.
Now we are going to our sauna room.
Hi, Ruthie. Oh, that microphone, bro.
The sauna room.
That's not my microphone. That's their microphone, guys, FYI. It's like on her front right here, so it keeps like moving around. So that's not me.
It's called the Dalol room. Do you know where Dalol is? It's the hottest place on earth. It's in Afar. That's the Dalol. So this is our sauna room.
You have a sauna?
Our ladies can enjoy. We also have a massage bed, so I'm gonna try and fit in here. It smells nice. Okay.
It smells nice. It's crazy.
It has its own shower. Lastly, remember how I told you that I also live in this establishment?
Thank you, Samuel.
That's the door to my living quarters, but it's out of commission because it's messy. There was a huge sense of relief for me. I remember there was just such a huge sense of relief as soon as I got here. Like, although I had no idea what I was gonna do, I had no money, I had, I wasn't on great terms with family and friends that were telling me this is the wrong move, right?
Oh.
But I still sensed such a huge sense of relief. And I knew brighter days would come.
Oh, cost of living is important.
Expenses here, so let's see. I have rent I live in the space, which is 250,000
Wait, what is
per
that?
a month. And
All right, what is that? What is that? What is that conversion?
in the space, which is 250.
Oh no, they have dollars right there. I was like, I've never seen it abbreviated as ETB before. So $1,613 per month. And you get like the studio, you get the workout space, you get the sauna, you get the kitchen, you get the cafe, you get all of these different spaces, and you get your own living quarters. So you pretty much are living in a wellness center for $1,600 a month USD or 250,000 brr. I've been practicing. That's not bad, bro. $1,600 a month. That could honestly be the price of someone's like studio apartment in LA, or damn, even like other major cities in the US are more than that. And in Ethiopia, you can get a damn near like compound for $1,600.
Wow. Per a month. And then
they take EBT.
I think salary right now, because I have a team, give or take, I'll spend about 150,000
they take EBT
monthly on salary.
Wait, what was her salary?
Monthly on salary.
I got distracted by that comment about EBT.
I'll spend about 150.
Wow. So she spends $968 a month.
$1,000 monthly on salary.
Oh, paying out. Okay.
Expenses, to be honest, maintenance, stuff happening around the house, like water leakages, whatever that may be. I'd say around another 50,000 birr a month. Any transportation, miscellaneous, I'd add another 50,000. Okay.
That's adding up kind of quick.
Yeah. So I'd say my cost of living, 500,000 birr.
Well, you got to think that yes, that's a lot of money, but you have to think about what she's getting for that. That includes her living quarters and her business, and she's making $78K per year. So she's still making bank, because $78K is about, what is that, $6,000 a month? $6,000 a month in total revenue estimated, and she's taking home around $2,800 a month in net revenue, which is after expenses. That's not bad. I know people that can't even save $800 a month in the U.S. She moved to Ethiopia, started a business, and is making $78,000 a year. Not bad. That's not a bad trade-off.
A month. And then compared to how I was living in the States, I'd say in the States, my rent would be about $1,000 a month back then. Maybe
back then.
1,000. I remember, I didn't put this in the Ethiopia costs, but hair, nails, any
hair and nails,
eating out. Let's say I add 50 for beauty. Eating out
$50
once
a month?
or twice a week, another 50.
$50 a month on eating out, bruh.
Maybe I used to shop. Another like $100 a month. What else did I spend my money on? My car. I used to have to pay about $600 a month.
What? $600 a month for a Toyota? What?
So totals to about $2,000 a month. That's how much I used to spend when I was in the States.
Oh, in the States.
Expenses when I was there. versus the 500,000 here.
Hey, Web Nation fam.
That is wild. I'm gonna get to some chats now, man. Real quick, because I know they're doing like a commercial break here. Let me just go to the top here. I know I had a lot here. Let's see. I got Jonas. Hey, what's up, my brother? And let's see. So this is a large chat, man. It can't even fit on the screen, bro. It can't even barely fit on the screen. But I'm gonna read it though, because you posted it. I left my country looking for more opportunities. Which is going to make me able to go back, build affordable healthcare center, which I strongly believe healthcare should be affordable to everyone. Fair. That is so fair and it's very true, my friend. And I believe in that as well. Yeah, that's crazy. Like if you get sick and you can't afford the actual medical care, you're just gonna die. Like, that's crazy. You have the opportunity to save a human life if you make healthcare either very affordable or free. And you're like, nah, we're just gonna let him die. He doesn't have enough money to pay for treatment. I'm like, what? That's a human life, bro. That could literally be like the next president. That could be like the person that cures cancer. And you're just letting them pass away because they can't afford medical treatment. That's wild. Wild stuff for me, man. Let's see. Nahome. Yo, Jay, how you been? I've been good, man. I've been good. I can't complain, man. I'm on vacation, but I'm still working for y'all, man. I'm still working for y'all. I never stop working. I made a whole little mobile studio setup over here in Mexico. Let's see. Jay, when you're at home, Ethiopia, so much respect, dude. Hey, much respect to you guys, man. I'm just someone looking into a culture. You guys are actually Habesha, Ethiopians. I'm just looking at this culture and just my mind is just blown every single time I look at videos on YouTube about the Ethiopian culture, bro. So shout out to y'all, man. You guys are really the stars of the show. By the way, brother man, when will you come to Ethiopia? Christmas. I'm saving up now. I'm saving up my little money right now, and whatever super chats that get sent in during the stream, I'm just going to stack that and buy a plane ticket with it. So I'm really trying to really stack up money now to go, because I'm not rich. I'm not like super rich or anything like that. I'm just a normal dude. So I'm not like balling out here. So I got to save up to buy the ticket to Ethiopia. But every super chat will help and go towards that plane ticket to Ethiopia. Just to let you guys know if you guys do happen to super chat anything in on the YouTube side of things, or donate anything on the TikTok side too. Let's see. Right here, got my coffee right there. You can pay it all in cash and not run a credit check. Yeah, you can, but you don't build credit that way. I think her main objective was to build her credit in the USA with that car purchase. And honestly, building credit in the US is very important. You won't be able to get an apartment, purchase a house. You're not able to do a lot of things if you don't have good credit in the US. So I could see where she was going with that, but I believe that if you do have the cash for it, I would just probably put, if the car is $20,000, I would just put like $15,000 down, finance to $5,000, and let it run for a couple of months, and then just pay it off as a lump sum, and have that paid off. That does make your credit score dip a little bit when you pay accounts off, because the accounts close. But after that account closes, after some period of time, your credit score goes right back up. Let's see. Beautiful eyes. Thank you. Ruthie, love from Ethiopia. Premox in the building, my brother. My brother. I didn't do my homework, man. I didn't do my homework, Premox. I've been on vacation, bro. I haven't done my homework about that documentary that you sent in the other week. When you come to Ethiopia, I answered that already. Pretty eyes, are they natural? Yes, from my father's side. From my father's side. They take EBT. Take EBT. Yeah, not EBT, bro. I don't think she takes EBT, man. EBT's not even a thing out there. You can live. Oops, my bad. You can live like a king. I can't even like. Let me get this chat on the screen. My bad, guys. You can live like a king. Yeah, on that amount of money for sure. Finally, I caught you live. Yeah, absolutely, bro. I think I got that already. New studio? No. I'm just. I'm on vacation. I'm in Mexico, bro. Not a new studio. I had to set it. This setup takes a while to do. That's why I was late this morning. I was setting some things up behind the scenes, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to delay the stream. And plus, my breakfast was being delivered, and they were late as well. So, let's see. This chat here. Africa does not need. Oh, there's a hater comment. I love it. Let's go. Africa does not need you Americans flooding over here while Africans are being deported all over. Okay, listen. I can see that point there. However, if you think about it, if every black person in the U.S. took a DNA test, where do you think the majority of black Americans' DNA is actually from? It's not from America. It's from Africa. So if black Americans that actually have black or African ancestry or DNA want to move back to Africa, I don't see a problem with that. The only problem that I see with a lot of Americans either moving abroad or traveling abroad is they take that American mindset and they think that they can just go to a different country and just behave like crazy people and animals and start fights everywhere. That's the stuff I don't agree with. I think that if an American is going to a different country, a different part of the world, I think they should try their best to assimilate into that specific culture, try to learn the language, love the food, at least try to love the food, and be a part of the community, right? So they have to, if I was to move to Ethiopia, for instance, and I was very successful financially, I would go and really try to help the people of Ethiopia and donate to people that are less fortunate, donate to people, to causes that actually help people. I would just try to help the people around me, because what's the purpose of me being extremely successful if I cannot be extremely generous with my abundance of resources? And a lot of Americans, they shouldn't take that American mindset and apply it to other places around the world, in my humble opinion. But I do agree with you to a degree, but I got to set the guardrails on the right people that should move abroad, and they should not take their American mindset with them. They should assimilate into the culture that they move to the country for. Okay? So it's not all hate. We're all the same, man. We take the DNA test. 80 to 90% of my genetics is from Africa. So where am I going to go? If I can't move to Africa, where are we going to go? Let's see. Kaya. What's up, Kaya? How are you? Car insurance included? Probably. Yeah. Ain't no. Nah, bro. I don't think that's car insurance included. Depending on the city that she's at and what car she has, the monthly on the car note could be around $600, man. Cars are too expensive here, by the way. You pay 200% for internal combustion cars and 135% for electric cars, and that's even if it's new. Oh, maybe that's something I should explore. Maybe that's something I should explore, is like the cost of like living and ownership of things in Ethiopia. I would assume that's like a tariff or a tax on like imported vehicles from other countries. Wow, this is another big chat, man. The vertical stream is like struggling right now. There we go. I'm glad I subscribed to your channel, and I got to say this: you are so polite, sometimes funny. Only sometimes funny. It's crazy. I think I'm pretty funny all the time, my brother, but it's all love at the end of the day. And appreciate your ways of explanation of things. Thank you for representing our beloved country, Ethiopia. Man, Ethiopia is amazing. Damn, Premox got me already. No, I didn't do the homework, bro. I haven't had time to watch it. You know what? I'm going to download the videos and watch them on the plane ride back to the States. And then on the stream that happens afterwards, that's when I'm gonna actually address it one-to-one. Well, but thank you for that, Premox. Thank you so much. Africa, all like that. What? Okay. Hey, I guess it is. I guess it is. Second-hand cars tax more. What? Second-hand cars are taxed more? What?
Bruh.
What is it? I'm trying to make sense of that, man. I'm no disrespect. I'm just trying to make sense of that. Ethiopia doesn't have healthcare. Really? I mean, listen, I think that's an avenue that somebody that has experience in that field could go there and create an avenue for them to succeed in if healthcare is very limited in Ethiopia. Ethiopia is very expensive. How? How is it expensive? She's spending $3K a month for like a wellness studio and her own living quarters. How? How is it expensive? We've seen multiple YouTubers go to Ethiopia and not spend so much on literally anything. Explain that. Explain that. React to Dylan Page's visit. Dylan Page. Okay. Damn, it's so many chats, guys. I'm so sorry. Let me see. We Ethiopia need you. It's funny. All right, I gotta probably just do super chats only. Once we start, like once chats start building up, I may have to just do super chats only on screen. But let me plug in my laptop real quick, y'all, and then we can continue with the video. Give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right. My bad, y'all. My laptop was on life support. My laptop was on 9% and draining fast. So let me just do the last couple chats here and then we can continue the video. If you try to import, let me actually highlight this. If you try to import used cars, they are taxed more to discourage buying old cars. Is it one of those situations where like a government makes a rule that doesn't make any sense? Because you should encourage that. You should encourage that. I think we got a couple super chats too. What's up, Jay? How are you today? I'm doing well, man. I got my coffee. I got my coffee right here. Had it delivered and loving it so far. Premox says, look up Ethiopian billionaire Mohammed Al Amoudi. You'll see. Okay. Hey, man, I'm going to look at that, bro. Ethiostar says, you're really doing a great job. We love you here in Ethiopia. Man, I love y'all, bro. I love y'all. I wouldn't even be doing this live if it wasn't for you guys. I would just be watching Ethiopian videos like on my own, like sitting on my couch, just chilling and watching. And like making comments in my own mind. But you guys enable me to do this live and actually have fun with it. I actually enjoy doing this. I love doing this. So I'm gonna take a look at Dylan Page as well. But we're gonna do it after this video. Let me see if I can skip past this ad here. But go subscribe to Web Nation, guys. Great YouTube content creator. Great YouTube content creator. So yeah, go subscribe to those guys. Let's go ahead and continue the video.
The same, to be honest, and I love that. There is no routine.
What's not the same? Hold on, let me go back. I think I went a little bit too forward. There we go.
You in South Africa. Now, guys, let's get back into the video.
My day-to-day routine since I moved back it's never the same, to be honest, and I love that. There is no routine apart from the fact that I work out. I try to train. So
You live
right
in the
now,
gym.
at least where I am in my business, I involve in the daily classes. So sometimes I'm giving morning classes, sometimes I'm not. And then afterwards, I'll probably train for myself, or I'll go to a cafe and do some online work where I'm trying to strategize for the business, reach out to companies, offer company packages, build bigger B2B relationships. This is my time between 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's the time that I try to do that. Afterwards, I'll probably, at least right now, I'm looking for a new space to expand my offerings. So I'll go around, speak to real estate agents, see some spaces around town, and maybe have coffee with a friend or two, but very spontaneous. It's not a let's plan it 2 days before kind of thing. It's more, okay, I want to have an afternoon coffee. Are you around? Yes, you have coffee, catch up with friends.
This chat.
Usually
Y'all
I
chat,
try to make time to see people that I can learn from as well. The challenge has been finding mentors, but if I do have mentors, I'll try to have their time for a few minutes, and then we have evening classes. So I'll come back to the evening classes, do a lot of customer engagement, see what's going on in the gym. And I usually try and do an evening walk or a run to de-stress and reflect on the day.
Oh, she's in Addis Central.
So how I started settling in when I moved back, obviously because I didn't have a lot of resources and I was starting from scratch, I moved back to my mom and dad's house. And it was a struggle, it was a challenge because I felt the pressure to find my own apartment and move out, although the culture actually does not allow that. The culture here is, especially if you're a daughter, the only time you're gonna leave your parents' house is when you get married. But for me, I lived in a society where you're supposed to leave by 18, right? And you're supposed to have it all figured out by 21. Mm-mm. So I felt like I was being a burden and I felt like I needed to find my own space. But quite quickly, I realized my parents actually loved having me around and I loved being around. So I just focused on my career. How can I earn, and how can I earn in a way that's gonna give me fulfillment? I tried a few businesses. I was in media. I was in startup entrepreneur incubation. I finally settled down on an audiobook production business.
Oh.
So I was going around talking to authors and turning their books into audiobooks. So I'd work with narrators, studios.
That's smart.
And I had a business partner at that time that was doing the distribution side of it. So it was a platform. So it was an audiobook platform. But that partnership failed and the business basically didn't work. But I had put all my resources into that. And at that time, I was very defeated, I'd say, because I felt like that was how I was going to prove to my parents that, look, this was the good decision. Moving back was, see, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But
and that's the real test of how badly do you want to be successful. And we can have a whole separate conversation about it. But essentially with her, she of course she failed at her first 1 to 2 business ventures on showing that she's able to kind of be able to support herself in Ethiopia. However, those businesses failed, and a lot of businesses do, especially new businesses that are not tried and true businesses. However, you have to, the measure of a person's success is how many times are they going to be beaten down and how many times do they get up. So if you are beaten down 6 times, are you going to get up that 7th time? And that may be your gold. Okay? So essentially, you just have to keep trying until you become successful. No one is successful on the first time. Even with this YouTube channel. You guys would be surprised. I've been on YouTube for on and off for 10 years, trying different niches here and there. And I finally struck my gold with doing reaction videos about Africa because not a lot of other people are doing it, right? And if you are in that nice niche where you're actually becoming successful, you're just scaling up from that point. You already know what you're good at. Your audience loves you for what you do. You have to just keep scaling up, keeping consistent as well. That's a huge component of it.
When it failed, I felt like I needed to lie. You know, I felt like, and I did. I lied. I said I'm going to work, and I'd go to work, but there is no work, but I'd go to the gym, and I'd spend 2-3 hours in the gym and maybe eat there, around there, and then come home after like 4 or 5 hours and just pretend as if I'm coming back from work. And during that time, I realized I was in the gyms noticing that I wasn't really feeling comfortable because it wasn't really a safe space for women, especially the lifting section. So a lot of women weren't doing strength training about 6 years ago. And if, you're seen in the strength training section, then, you hear comments like, you shouldn't be doing this, like you don't need to be here, you should be doing aerobics and dance and stuff like that. So I made it my mission to create a
women
safe
got
space for
a strength
women.
train true,
and
man. They got
I
a
remember
strength train.
I used to journal a lot, and that helped me because in my journal it said, I really love this fitness thing. I hope I make something of it one day. And surely, that's exactly what I did. So I started off by giving dance fitness classes, and then that turned into this big community I have now.
Bro.
I actually live in my space because it's big enough to live in. So I don't have a different apartment or home that I go to now. I turned the downstairs into my living corners.
Dude, she literally manifested she manifested her goals. How many of you guys thought about a goal, what you want to do, and actually wrote it down? That is one of the first steps to manifesting what you want in life, is to write it down. If you guys ever get a chance to see like a house tour of my house back in Vegas, I have this whiteboard that has all of my 2026 goals on it. And each time that I accomplish those goals, I just write it out. I just like scratch it out or erase it. That is the first part of manifesting what you want in life, is to think about a goal that you want to reach and put a deadline to it of when you actually want to achieve it, and then you execute it. She just did that. And now she's in Ethiopia making almost $80K a year with the gym that she lives in. Talk about manifestation, bro. Crazy power. It's so powerful. The mind is so powerful, man. You just have to harness that energy.
So this is what I do.
That's awesome.
Finding a place for my gym was a 6-month process, give or take 5 to 6 months, because there's a lot of back and forth in terms of, your budget, the location, the parking. For me, it was more, it's for business, so I also had to be a little bit more particular about it. But it was a very tedious process.
Patience is key.
It was really tedious because you can't scroll through an app, a property app or something. That's what we would do in the States, right? Mm-hmm. This is where expectation versus reality comes in. So I told myself that, like, okay, it's not going to be a straightforward process. So I gave myself some time there. But you have to work with brokers here. That was a very frustrating process, because what happens is, like, you end up talking to maybe 5 brokers, and all of them are going to be calling you nonstop to see spaces, and it was a bit of an exhausting process, to be honest. But now I'm doing it for the second time, and I've learned a lot from that. And I've learned, okay, you know, you work with the right broker, and you what do you call it? Narrow it down to exactly where you want to find the space and exactly what range you have for your budget, and it would be less frustrating.
Interesting.
Initially, my investment was made in bits and pieces because all the money didn't come in at first. So I'd buy like small equipment here and there, like, you know, 2 sets of dumbbells here, 3 sets of kettlebells there. So money-wise, I mean, gym equipment is actually really, really expensive because...
Yeah, bro. I was just going to say that. I was just going to like pause it before she said that. Gym equipment is extremely expensive, especially if you are trying to run a commercial gym, because you have to not just buy the stuff that is available at like a Walmart or like a supermarket. You have to buy commercial grade equipment because it's going to get a lot of use from a lot of people. So you want to have those commercial grade that commercial grade gym equipment so it can withstand that constant use. Because if you buy something that is for like personal use, you buy a weak treadmill, like a not a good treadmill, it's going to break over and over again. So as a gym owner, you have to have the mindset of, if I buy this expensive gym equipment, I won't have to buy it again. Because if you buy cheap equipment, odds are over time you're going to have to buy another one if it breaks down, or you have to get it serviced, and that's going to cost even more money. So if you buy smart, you only have to buy it once, and not have to continuously buy it. And yeah, it's extremely expensive to buy gym equipment, especially for something that's like a commercial gym for other people.
Because it's imported, and
it's imported too.
It's double the price that you would get if you were in the States. So per kg, I used to pay 1,200 birr. So if I want like 12 kg dumbbells, that's 15,000 birr. 15. So just for you to have an idea, one pair of 12 kg dumbbells cost me $200. That's just one pair. That's just one pair of dumbbells that only one person will work out in. So in order to have like 4 or 5 people work out, I need to have like at least dumbbells for all of them, you know? So I'd say it took me bits and pieces, but 3 million birr is what it cost me to get to at least a base to start off here. So 3 million, and that includes like the structures I had to build, the water tanker that I had to get, the electricity I had to set up, the lighting system and whatnot.
Wow.
About $19,000 to start well, in pieces, not at once, but in pieces. That's how much it cost me. Life in Ethiopia is actually more affordable for me. Again, you make less, but you spend
less.
A little bit less on things. Of course, when you look at shopping and some of the things that are imported, they tend to be much more expensive. But in general, eating out, for example, eating healthy. You know, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, why am I spending so much on avocados? When you buy like healthy organic food, you're spending a lot on groceries. And here, I find that, you know, the important things actually are reasonably priced for me. So yes, I do find that living here is much more economically friendly and the way I want it to be.
Okay.
So the annual revenue of my business, when I first started, let's say I was about, 20 members tops. So 20 times 10,000. I'm making, my first year, I made about 3 million birr.
That's when you just take a chance on a business and it just works out. Yo, she making 20K in a month.
And my second year in business, I made about 7 to 8 million birr.
Oh, that's yearly. My bad. So 19K in her first year, 50K in her second year. crazy numbers, man.
which is I almost really tripled it at that point. Right now, do you want to know what my business is making right now?
Yeah.
Okay, as of now I'm about close to $78,000.
That's more than some people make in the States, bro. $78,000. I wonder if that is gross profit or like gross, or is that net? Like after expenses. If that's after expenses, $78,000, that has to be gross. That has to be gross. But what other overhead do you have in a gym where people just come and work out? You have just maybe a couple of personal trainers and electricity? Because I think she bought the gym cash, like the actual like structure. Bro, she's making $78K a year. That's more than a lot of people in the States make. The average salary or the average money that people make in the US is $50,000 a year. She's successful making more money than the average person in the US and making that in Ethiopia. That goes to show you that you don't have to be in the US to make a lot of money. You can just make your own business. That's a simple key. That's how you free yourself. You got to own your own business, whether it's in the US, Ethiopia, or what have you. Owning your own business is going to give you the financial freedom, but you got to work a lot more in your business. People don't tell you that much. When you start your own business, you got to put your foot in it. You got to do everything, and you have to know every position in your business to a degree, and then you can hire somebody to do all of the other stuff. But you have to know every aspect of your business to a degree as an owner, and that's how you become successful, right? And it's incredible that people think that, oh, I'm going to start this new business, do zero work, but reap all the benefits from owning that business. That's not reality. That happens for maybe like 1 or 2% of people, where they start like a drop shipping business that just blows up out of nowhere. But for the people that actually want to start a meaningful business like a gym, you gotta not only spend the money up front, you gotta work endlessly. You gotta work 10, 12, 14-hour days, 7 days a week in order to keep this business running and or just get it off the ground. And then when it starts running, you may have to start working even more hours, because there's going to be issues that you don't see coming your way that are just going to be like, oh my gosh, why did I start this business? I should just go work for corporate America again. I'm going to go back to Minnesota. I'm going back to Seattle or in Washington State and go work for corporate America. It's same money. I don't have to have all the stress. But she took that risk, and she's doing pretty well, man. I'm very proud of her, man. I'm very, very proud.
A year. My projections are about triple, quadruple this for the next year. So yeah, this was definitely an opportunity that was presented to me because I moved back. Because for two main reasons. One, there are so many businesses that are oversaturated in America, and fitness was definitely already one of them. Mm-hmm. So where there is no need to fix things, your business might not, you need to think of new ways, right? So, but when I moved back, this was a huge opportunity. Fitness is still a huge opportunity. So America was definitely saturated in the fitness business, but here there's still lots of opportunities. So granted, now I feel that wherever I go, I think I have a great platform already and a great need for women's fitness. So I think I'll succeed anywhere, truly. But this initial growth was because the need was here.
Yes.
So yes, it's definitely something that was presented to me here.
Oh, bro.
Since I moved, I was actually working a lot more on freelance stuff. So one-off projects. It might not be consistent income, whereas when I was in the States, I'm going to work and I'm making consistent income every month. But here, I might do one big project with this company that makes me a good bulk of income for like maybe 3 months, and that kind of helps you through the down times of business, right?
Yeah.
So I don't consistently make a consistent amount of money. And that's how it's been different. So sometimes you make a lot, and then sometimes you make small. And
Yes. And I want to pause it right there and make an important point. In corporate America, you may have that consistent income. And a lot of times, more often than not, a lot of people they have like these ideas to start businesses in their head, but they're still working in corporate America, and they're like, oh my gosh, if I leave this job, if I leave this career, I've been here for 15 years, 10, 15 years, I'm making X amount of thousands of dollars. If I give this up to go and make the jump and start my own business, what if I fail? What if I don't do well and I make way less than I did in corporate America? This is what we have kind of called golden handcuffs, essentially. So you make really good money, consistent income in corporate America, but you are chained to that job. Like, you're literally chained, because if you leave that job, you know you're going to make considerably less with another company unless you have other transferable skills that you can take to a different company that you can make the same amount of money. But people are afraid to go out on their own and make their own business. This young lady here was not afraid of failure. She failed over and over again, and she hit her gold. She struck gold with her gym. And people, and this is why I expressed this reducing the unnecessary things in your life aspect of my live stream last night, in order to free yourself from the matrix, or free yourself from the USA and the handcuffs they have us in. You have to reduce your expenses and get rid of all unnecessary things in your life. And once you do that and you reduce your expenses, say, for instance, you're making $100,000 a year, but you're only living off of 30, right? You live off somehow you're living off of $30,000 a year in America, right? But this is just an example. You can make that leap to a business or a different role at a different company and make considerably less. You can make $50K at a different job that you actually enjoy more than your other job. And you'll still be okay as long as you don't increase your lifestyle or become a victim of lifestyle creep, which a lot of people are. When they make more money, they spend more money. It's a crazy mindset, but you don't understand it unless you go through it yourself. And then you have to kind of pull back and reduce your expenses in order to get everything under control again. Because I know people that spend $50K a month on a credit card and pay it off in 2 months because of their substantial salary, but they don't understand that's a trap, because they're going to keep spending more and more and more, but the wages aren't going to really go up as much anymore. And they're going to stagnate and potentially experience a layoff. Unfortunately, that's reality. But you have to reduce your expenses and get rid of those unnecessary things in your life, y'all. Wow. Hold up.
money comes, money goes.
Hold up. Patience is key. I pay attention when patience is key is in the chat. Let's see. Oh, my bad. She got 2 different chats. Thank you, Patience is key. Yeah, share, like, and subscribe, guys. And she also says, I paid off my student loan in 2 years with a small business I had. Yes, that's one of the keys, man. Start something on the side. Start something on the side that, you know, you have to work over time in order to kind of scale up. And then you'll reach a point where you're making 1x to 1.5x or even 2x more than your 9-to-5 income. And that's when you can be like, all right, I'm about to fire my boss and I'm about to go work for myself full time. I'm out of here. Or keep both.
Like, I've learned that because, you know, I was in a situation where I had no idea how I was even gonna move into a new space. I was giving my boot camp services in my backyard, so it was a small area. And, you know, you learn that you might lose all your money, but you'll make all your money again. I don't know. I learned that I learned to not think from a point of what I already have. So, for example, if I'm looking at a space now, I don't look at my budget only and say, oh my gosh, this isn't something I can afford. I can't get this place. That's not how I think anymore. I think it doesn't matter how I'm gonna make the money. I'm gonna make it somehow. Say I have the money.
That mindset.
What place would I want to get? So when I rewired my brain into thinking potentially what I want from the point of having it, not having it. Then the money just came. Okay, I'm making it sound like the money's just like
not
flowing.
magic.
It's not like
magic.
that, but I think the universe is just aligning me with my thoughts and my dreams and my goals. And so maybe a big opportunity will come in that will bring like a huge amount of revenue for me. And then I'm like, oh, I was worried like 5 months ago. I'm glad I didn't settle for that my budget house, because now I have this bigger budget that I can get a better place for. So yeah, money comes, money goes. Just dream.
Do you feel financially free?
I feel more financially free, no questions asked. Because when you're making your income and you spend it all in rent and like, you know, in the States, maybe I'd make whatever amount of money per year, but once I paid off my car, my loan, my there wasn't really enough wiggle room there, and that wasn't the kind of lifestyle I wanted to live. So, but here I feel a little bit more free, yeah.
Hardest adjustment. This is a good one.
So some of the adjustments I had to make when I moved back were my expectations of what the challenges of moving back home meant. It could be Wi-Fi issues, it could be bureaucracy.
Yeah.
I think in the States, for example, if I went to a bank and I wanted my cash withdrawn, it's a very simple process. But I remember thinking here, okay, even that might not be as simple as like, okay, I'm in and out in 5 minutes. So things took a little bit longer to complete here. And I found that a lot of my diaspora friends would be very frustrated with that. Like, oh my God, I just wanted this paperwork done by now. And then they'd be really frustrated. But once I adjusted that, okay, my timeline to get this thing done isn't today, it would be 2 weeks, then I'm okay. So I remember thinking, yeah, okay, completion time for some things. Life felt very much slower paced in Ethiopia rather than the States. So I learned to appreciate it actually. Like, where are we running? Why are we? Now I think, what's going on, guys? It's okay, we can chill. But the good thing about me living in the States is I also have a sense of like, I have an aim, I have a goal, I'm also working towards that. I'm not so laid back that I'm not doing nothing all day, right? Like, it's not like that.
Yeah.
But it gives you a sense of calm down. Things will happen in their own pace. Life forces you to accept the pace, the slower pace that.
Interesting. Guys, building a community. I'm glad they included this segment right here. I'm glad they made this a component of the video, because a lot of people skip over this. Like, not having a community, feeling isolated when you move abroad. It's a real thing. Like, I experienced it myself before I kind of like tapped into the expat community down here in Mexico when I lived down here a few years ago. I felt isolated. I felt alone. I was like, yo, there's nobody that speaks English. There's nobody that looks like me. And then when I find somebody that looks like me, they're like from like a different country other than America. So they don't speak English. They speak French or something like that. But once I tapped into that community, I was like, oh, I'm locked in. I love being down here in Mexico because of the expat community down here. And they're so friendly. They're so welcoming. They're just like, yo, Jay, we're opening our hearts, our homes, everything to you. To just bring the good vibes and be positive. And that's why I love this component of the video. I haven't seen this portion yet, so I'm curious to see what she says about the community in Ethiopia.
It was also very difficult at first. It felt like the things I wanted to talk about, I wasn't finding the right community that found those things interesting, for example. And it was really also that I wasn't yet set in my career. Now, not that difficult, because this community that I've created, it actually attracts similar or like-minded women into the space. So you'll find that maybe more than half of the members that we have here are actually diaspora. They've lived abroad and they've come and found this community, so they've joined, or expats. Or, of course, even within the local community, there are more women that are into their health and wellness and fitness. You tend to kind of, you know, make friends because we kind of have similar goals or aims for our lives. And so now, because of this community, it's not so hard to make those friends. But in the beginning, it was very difficult because we are scattered. Even though there are people that have walked the same walk that I did, I couldn't find them. Where are they? I moved back, but I don't know if there's anybody else going through the same things I am. So it was hard to find them. One of the things that I realized is it doesn't matter how big of a CV you have. You will need to network and you'll need to know the right people to talk to. You need to have maybe provided your services to some people to have a good word of mouth in town. So how you'd grow yourself is there's a huge word of mouth culture here. It's not about, oh, like I've worked for this big company, I lived in the States, I've studied computer science. That's not the point. I needed to realize that, okay, even if it means giving free classes, let me do it. Let them love it. Let them talk about it. And then surely people will bring their friends, their family, you know, then it becomes the place to be at. So understanding that word of mouth really matters here is something that helped me adjust to the way of doing business.
Yes, guys. I'm so glad that they put that portion of the video in there because word of mouth is super important, not just in Ethiopia, but even when you move abroad and even in the States, if you happen to be still living in the States, your reputation, your image is everything. So it's what they call PI in corporate America. It's performance, image, and exposure. So your performance is the work that you do. The I is image. So how do you look? How do you present yourself while you're doing your work, while you're performing? And then your exposure comes after you have a positive work and your image looks good. Your exposure is to other people, to your higher ups, to your leadership teams, if you're in corporate America. But that PI, performance, image, and exposure, is extremely important, not just in corporate America, but also in your real life. So if you have a small business, you have a side hustle, and it's it could be a taco truck or something, right? It can be a food preparation. It could be a meal service. It could be having a digital consultant business. If you don't perform well and you scam people, you take their money and you don't provide those services, that word of mouth is going to make it around, and you're going to lose a lot, if not all, of your business based off of one bad review. Say, for instance, you go to Amazon, you look at a particular product. You're like, oh, I want this coffee cup. And that coffee cup has 10 total reviews. 9 of them are all positive, and then there's one that has like a 1 star. You're going to look at that 1 star review and figure out what the heck went wrong with this damn coffee cup. And that's how people look at you as your business. If you have a small business or a side hustle, they ask other people like, hey, Jay had a consultant appointment with you. How did it go? And that person's going to be like, okay, it went really well. Jay did extremely well. He guided me through the process of how to travel to Mexico or to Ethiopia or what have you. And then that person that asked them is like, okay, cool. Now I'm going to sign up and get Jay to consult me on traveling to X, Y, and Z. And that's how you build your business. And that's how I built my real estate business as well. So it's very important.
I'm from here, but when I was there, I didn't fit in. But when I came back, there were also some adjustments. I'd say I still might not fit in some senses. So once you've left and when you come back, I still felt like a foreigner in some
Wow.
regards, because don't forget, you also grow out of bad habits, or you also learn a lot when you're there, right? This individualistic society that I explained before also teaches you a lot of good things in one way, a lot of independence, it also has its good parts. But here, I was kind of an outcast when it comes to some things. Like, you know, if it doesn't make sense to me, for example, here there's, especially in Ethiopia, there's this thing called yilunta. Yilunta is like, even if you don't want to do it, you know, to avoid bad comments from people, from friends, from neighbors, you still have to do something that you don't want to do. That's what yilunta is.
Is that true? Is that true,
I have
chat?
none of that now. Like, it's against my culture. Really and truly, it's against my culture, but I don't have that. And so sometimes there are these clashes, you know, with traditional people or direct family, and there I kind of feel the difference, but it's not so much so that makes me feel like I'm such an outcast. Side hustles that were presented to me here, I'd say, even in the line of business of fitness, in the fitness industry, I already have this space. I have a nice wellness center, but I do still work with companies, for example, that want to offer their employees retreats, wellness retreats. So we work with them. I also offer art workshops, or we have wellness events that include painting or crafts like pottery. So I definitely have the opportunity to create side hustles within my main business here, whereas I wouldn't have been able to if I was abroad. Well, there are some things that I mentioned earlier in terms of feeling connected and feeling in place or out of place. Once you live abroad and you come back, you don't quite fit in. But I guess it comes down to wanting to be here. Because I want to be here, there are some things that don't bother me, right? And so, if anything, I really feel like a global citizen now. I think I could go to Kenya and fit in fine. I think I could go to Nigeria and be okay. Like, I think I have this appreciation for my people. By my people, I mean Africans as a whole. So, in that sense, I do feel like because it's a place that I want to be, this is where I belong. But in the sense of, do I still feel out of place, like we asked earlier?
Oh, she said yes.
I love the sense of community.
Wow, she said yes.
Especially during tough times. I think the more I live, the more I see, you know, loss or sickness, or the more these things happen, you realize you always want someone around you. But it doesn't necessarily mean in bad times only, right? Like, even when you start a family, for example, the lifestyle we used to live in the States, it's not gonna allow me to have a nanny, and, you know, that entire lifestyle is near impossible. But here...
The reason why I'm laughing is because I had a couple conversations with a couple of expats at an event yesterday here in Mexico, and the first thing I pulled up to the group, right, and I was like, okay, there's like maybe a few expats and there's their kids, and then their kids are with a nanny, right, and we went to a water park, we went to a beach, and they had like 2 or 3 nannies for a few, like each family had their own nanny. Right, and I had a conversation with the fathers of the group, and they were like, "Yeah, a nanny here in Mexico is about $3 an hour," and I was like, "Bruh, what? The labor in Mexico is crazy affordable." And I asked them, I'm like, "How much would it cost for the same type of care for your kids back in the U.S.?" But this guy was from Canada, so he was like, it was like like not $100 an hour. I think he said like $30 or $40 an hour in Canada. So it's like $30 per hour in the U.S. And it's literally 10x what it would cost to have a nanny in Canada or the US than it is here in Mexico. There's a certain lifestyle that's possible when you relocate yourself where you can have a nanny, or you can have the option to have a nanny. One of my best friends down here in Mexico has a private freaking chef that comes to his house and makes every single meal for a family of 4 for $100 a week. So when you make USD, and this guy makes crazy amounts of money, right? He's wildly successful, right? And he says like, yo, it's cheaper to have a private chef than it is to order food or go out and buy it myself and cook it. And it saves me time. And once you make a whole bunch of money, your time is literally money. If you waste time making food or cleaning the house, you're wasting out on time to be productive and make more money. And when you can buy your time back, that's a true superpower. A lot of people would love to buy their time back and have somebody make dinner for them every single day, go clean the house, take care of the kids, so they can go out and make way more money. And that's what he's essentially done out here. He went from like, I'm not going to expose how much he makes, but he went from like one amount, and he was like, all right, the next year I moved to Mexico, it doubled. I was like, bro, what? Bruh. So essentially, make USD, live in a foreign country that has a weaker currency, and have an entirely different lifestyle. That is the sense that I'm getting from this video.
Here, it's not that it's not a statement of wealth. The fact that you have someone that's, cooking for you, or a nanny that's looking after your kids. These are actual legitimate job opportunities for people here. It's an earning mechanism, and they make a good living out of that as well. So when we're in the States, you have to be filthy, filthy rich in order to have that kind of help around the house, And I think here, because you can have that kind of help, it also creates that sense of community, and like you're not doing life by yourself. So, yeah.
Ooh, has Ethiopia changed you?
I would say I am a much stronger person mentally. I have much more resilience than I used to. I also have much more patience when it comes to some things.
Patience is actually key.
Now, some things I'm a bit more impatient, because when you're an entrepreneur, you want things to go like the speed of, light. But when things don't move like that, you kind of develop an impatience, but it's good impatience. It's not bad impatience, right? But I definitely feel that I'm stronger mentally because, you're also here because I'm not living my own, just me, my own life. I also see, people around me, and you're always forced to do better, not just for yourself, but for people around you as well. And so that kind of developed a lot of resilience, and I'd say it made me such a strong person.
Oh, moving advice.
If you think of moving back to either Ethiopia or anywhere on the continent, it will help a lot if you forget the States even existed. That's no longer an option for me. That's how I made it work for me. I think every time we know that we have an out, we tend to, our brain will just confuse us and will tell us to quit sooner than we should. As an entrepreneur now, I am also a fan of understanding when something fails. Don't be too heartbroken, yeah? It might be your 5th or 6th business venture, but at the same time, when you are trying one thing, give it your best. Think your life depends on it. You have nowhere else to go, you can't go back to the States, so you have to make it work here. Then after you play all your cards, if you see that, okay, nah, then you decide, okay, let's move, yeah? So I'd say give your mind full focus on one thing to make it work.
Ooh, message to past self. That's
I would tell
good.
myself, honey, just the fact that you've thought about it means it's going to happen. So don't panic. You're on the way. Like, I am living proof of you living your dreams then. So I used to panic a lot, thinking, oh my gosh, this isn't gonna work. Oh my gosh, this isn't gonna happen. I tell her, you've thought about it, it means it will happen. Just let it happen, you know, don't panic. Move back home, man. That's my
Move
final
back
message,
home.
especially if you've always wanted to. Of course, sometimes there are people that enjoy it in the States or the UK. You might love it, right? But if you are among the people that day in, day out, you think, man, eventually I want to move back. I want to retire in Ethiopia, or I want to move back. Don't wait until you're 60, until you're 70.
Yeah.
You know, start now, move back. You'll love it.
Dude, that was a W video, y'all. Go subscribe to Web Nation, man. Web Nation, I've been following that channel for a long, long time, and I've been waiting for a video like that to react to, because I want to promote their channel and get them out there and support the original content creator. So guys, go support and subscribe to their channel. Okay, let me just look at these chats here. All right, let's see. Yeah. Okay, we got it. So patience is key says, Ilunta, it's a culturally rich concept in Ethiopia and can imply that's a long chat. Is an Amharic word from Amharic that refers to a strong sense of shame, modesty, dignity, social conscience, or concern for what others think. I think that that's true for a lot of other cultures as well. Even in the US, we have that same type of culture. It's like you kind of have to do a lot of things that you don't want to do, but you kind of have to, just based on keeping a good reputation. And it's not necessarily something people would call like being fake. It's like a social norm. It's really weird it's really difficult to explain, but it's she still has 30%. It's difficult to explain. It exists in a lot of cultures too, especially in Asia as well. Let's see. Did she know what's in Ethiopia outside of Addis Ababa? Probably. I mean, she was born and raised there. She moved to the States recently, so I'm pretty sure she's had an opportunity to explore different cities within the country. So let's see. What did she smoke? It's crazy. Because the country is too poor, get service very cheap. What? Please be.
Bruh.
Please be my nanny is wild work, bro. Hopefully not talking. I can't be a nanny. I'm not gonna be nobody. You're probably talking to the girl in the video, hopefully. Yeah, tomorrow is not promised. Patience is key. That's true. You got to do it now. You can't wait till you're 60 to retire. You got to do it now, because we don't get a chance to do life over again from the stuff we learned from this life. We got to just take chances and make mistakes now. Okay, last one here. Making decisions is not easy. What you build, but wait, what? Making decision is not easy. What you build, but it will hold you. Okay, hey man, you know, I'm trying to make sense of it, man. No disrespect. Oh yeah, her. Yeah, I was thinking it was her. Yeah, you want her to be your nanny. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on, man. Let's move on. Super chats are still open on the YouTube side, guys. If you guys want to send in a super chat and support the channel and, support and help me buy this plane ticket to Ethiopia. Okay. So there was another YouTube video that I needed to check out. It was in the chat here. Let's see. Man, y'all are supporting, man. I have to go through a lot of chats here to find this. Y'all are funny, man, in the chat. I'm going through these old chats here. Y'all are hilarious. Let's see. Where is the person I was supposed to? Dylan Page's visit. So Dylan Page. Who's Dylan Page? Dylan Page. Ethiopia. Is it here? Or he's a TikToker. Are TikTokers really that famous? What the heck? Yo, this guy, 1.1 million? Bro. Okay, where's the actual video at though? Maybe it's on his actual page. Dog, how you get 1.1 million with only 737 videos? Illuminati, bro. Illuminati. Because I got like 1,100 videos on the channel, on my channel, and I don't have nearly as many subscribers. I don't see anything about Ethiopia here, y'all. Besides like other people's videos. I show Ethiopia. What the heck? Let's just take a look.
My expectation, because we've seen the world in general, they don't have a up-to-date perspective of all of the amazing things that are happening in Africa, which is why we're here, to show the world.
Oh.
This is really cool to see. I think that a lot of people around the world see Africa in a certain way, and moments like this is important to break the vision of what it is. This is technology forward, it's progressive, and it's good to see. And so this is why I'm here, to be able to show that we have AI innovation like this.
No disrespect, but I need the government of Ethiopia to pay me. They need to pay me, bro.
Bruh.
Why would they pay him? He's not even African. Is he even African? Maybe South African. But he's not like... I just don't get it. Why would they pay him to promote Ethiopia and not like Wodamaya or Stephen Ndukwu or Jahani or these other YouTubers that actually are from the continent or at least represent the continent pretty well? It's questionable, man. Illuminati. Illuminati. Just pay me. Pay me like, listen, you pay me half, Ethiopian government. Pay me half what you paid him, and I'll gladly visit Ethiopia and have the best hotel. And I don't know, bro. Come on, man. Y'all paying this dude. No disrespect. I respect the hustle. But geez, man. Y'all know that's the white ISO speed. That's the white ISO speed, bro. Look at this. What is this madness, man? Bro, what is going on? Premox, I had enough of you today, bro. I had enough of you today, bro. Oh, man. He says, I got to start twerking. Nah, man. Listen, I'll do the squats in that girl's gym for sure. Oh, dog, that's crazy, man. Are you sure he's paid? I mean, what other incentive does a YouTuber like that have to go to Ethiopia? Because we looked at his content, right? We looked at his page. We looked at his YouTube page, and there's nothing about Africa here. There's nothing about Africa on this page. So what does that what does that show you? What does that tell you? If they don't have anything in regards to like Ethiopia as a whole, I don't see anything Ethiopia. And we're scrolling down months of content. Nothing about Ethiopia. He just talks about news, bro. You know what? He might be botted, bro. A lot of YouTubers will bot their views and get fake robotic views. Because if you look at this page, right? 1.12 million subscribers, 737 videos. But you look at my channel, you got 33,000 subscribers. We just hit 33,000. 1.1 thousand videos. And you can see all the Ethiopia content on my channel. And the Ethiopian government decides to pay that guy. I'm not feeling slighted at all. I'm just pointing out facts. We don't see anything Africa related, period, on his channel, but they choose him to be a representative and promote Ethiopia. That is all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying, y'all. It's wild. It's wild, bro. Everyone is going to Africa now. They're seeing the recent videos. Africa is hot. That's true. That's true. But I honestly think that the Ethiopian government, if they're going to pay YouTubers, pay somebody that represents the continent of Africa prior to paying that particular content creator or TikToker or YouTuber, right? Like we can see the evidence. He actually may be botted. That's a lot of YouTubers, like a lot of famous YouTubers do it. Even iShowSpeed got botted when he was, I think it was in Dominican Republic, where he had like 1.7 million live viewers, and the majority of them were botted, and the actual views were about 300,000, which is still a staggering amount, but he got botted up to 1.7 live viewers, 1.7 million live viewers. So a lot of YouTubers do bot their streams, man. We don't do that over here at all. We're all organic over here, and you can see from my channel that all of my stuff is organic as far as my subscribers and everything. You don't have the clout though. Ooh, you're right, but you're right. But the thing is, and what my main point is, if you're going to pay somebody to represent your country and promote it, let it be somebody that has the clout and already represents and promotes the continent as a whole prior to you paying them. That's where I find an issue with, is that you're just paying just random YouTubers that have clout and a large reach just to promote your country, but that's not the right way to do it. I don't think they pay Wodamaya. And Wodamaya is the biggest YouTuber in Africa. It's wild. It's wild, bro. Did he? He spoke about the GERD before he came, catching attention of Ethiopians. Okay, listen, that's dope, but I didn't see it on the channel. We scrolled through months of content and we didn't see it. Okay, but thank you for pointing that out. I had no idea that this guy went to Africa and he's out here planting trees and stuff. That's dope.
Now my energy is depleted. I need some food.
Man, get this guy out of Ethiopia, bro. Get out of here, bro. All right. Do you guys have any other videos to react to? I only had that one video, and I have a music video to react to as well, but we're going to do it off of YouTube. But anybody else have any other recommendations? He has 19 million on TikTok. Illuminati, guys. 19 million is wild. I wonder what his TikTok looks like. Yeah, while you guys come up with, if you guys give me a video to react to, I'll do it. I'm gonna look Dylan Page. It's TikTok. Bro, 19 million? $19 million? 86 million?
I have just arrived to the craziest city on earth, and you probably have never even heard about it. This is Chongqing, China, where they had...
Bro. This is crazy. Okay, so this is Ethiopia here.
Speed! What the hell are you doing here, bro? Jeez! Oh my god, that is crazy. Look. I agree. Yo.
Man, you can't make fun of people like that, bro. What is this?
We have just arrived in Ethiopia. Come on!
Things got out of hand. Empire booked the flight. Now we're live in Addis land. Since we last, things got out of hand. Empire booked the flight. Now we're live in Addis land. With wall energy, traded in for views. Now it's high in us islands. Boots on the news. I don't dare rolling through linking streets to the feed.
Ow!
I'm not amused. I am not amused.
What would happen if I start running? Think they'll start running too?
Yes, oh my god, you start stampede.
Respect, though. Yeah, I respect the hustle, man. If his numbers, if his analytics are legitimate, and he did this like with his hard work and determination and just grinding, all the respect in the world. But I know that there are a lot of content creators, YouTubers, TikTokers that they buy views. I'm just saying, bro. Okay. Hey, shout out to Dylan Page, bro. Damn, 1.7 billion likes is crazy. That's like a quarter of Earth. All right, let me see if the chat got some videos for me, man. I'm not amused either. Yeah, see? I'm not amused, man. I'm not amused. When I get that check from the Ethiopian government, y'all will know, bro. Y'all will know. Y'all will know. Y'all will definitely know. Because I'll tell y'all. I would tell y'all, like, hey, Ethiopian government is giving me a bag, and I'm going to Ethiopia tomorrow. You guys will know. You guys will be the first to know. Let's see. This dude. Okay. Let's see. Yes, you are right. He does not have a clue. 2 Ethiopian TikTokers who are fans of him. They were requesting him to come to Ethiopia. Maybe that is why he came to Ethiopia. Yeah, I mean, I'm not dissing Dylan Page at all. But you know, the reason why you show interest in a particular country isn't because you're paid. It's because you have to be genuinely interested in their culture and the people and the country itself. But when you're paid, you're going to be shown a curated experience of a specific country or a city. And I don't think that's authentic. If you're going to be a content creator or capture any type of video in a country, if it's curated just for you. And I've given this criticism to iShowSpeed in the past as well, because he goes to like these different countries and every single thing is like structured and curated for iShowSpeed, and it shows like the best of the best in the country. It doesn't show you the authentic, like the good side and the bad side of a country, because you have to show both sides. And when other YouTubers actually show us the nice side and the not so nice side, I commend them. I give them the props, because that shows you that they're not paid by the government. Look up, bro. Okay. Let's see. These chats are going kind of fast. Oh, he's currently... Dylan Page is... the vertical stream is kind of crazy. Dylan Page is currently in Ethiopia because he is filming a documentary there. The government is only providing security for him. His hotel costs and other expenses are being sponsored. So his expenses are still being paid for. Okay. Wow, your eyes are so beautiful. Thank you. It's my dad. You gotta thank my dad for that. This is an attempt by the government to bring foreign currency. That's not true. What's not true? It's not about being or representing Africa. They want everybody to visit. It was sponsored by Kirin Food Media. Yeah, I have no problem with Ethiopia being represented or advertised. I have no problem with that. It's just the way that they did it. The way that they did it was just, it just felt so like unnatural and slimy. I'm like, ugh. Dylan Page, he's not even African. He's not even African. Crazy. Bro, what did that say? Bro, show now on TikTok. Search Moose Solomon account. He is live now. Who is that? Okay. Look up EAU vlogs. What is that? I'll look it up for you. EAU. Let's see. EAUB. Vlogs. Man, I'm getting trolled. Either maybe it was misspelled, but I don't see it. Let's see. Bro, come to Ethiopia, the land of origin. Oh yeah, I already know that. That's where life started, man. Why you not come and visit Ethiopia? Listen, I'm doing this stuff so I can actually buy a plane ticket, right? I'm not rich, man. I don't have a whole bunch of money. I do YouTube for some side income, but I also want to use YouTube to buy a plane ticket to Ethiopia. So if you guys like super chat in, it goes to help out a lot. I wish I had money like that to just fly out to Ethiopia tomorrow. Let's see. I get though. I get you though. He can't even dance. He can't even dance. Man's has no rhythm. Esoup vlogs. Okay. Esoup vlogs. Oh shoot. Okay. Who is this? Is he Ethiopian? Oh yeah, I'm subscribing. Oh, 100%. Guys, go subscribe to Esoup vlogs. What is this? Yo, he's like showing like the real lifestyle. A poor guy rents small house for $4 a month. So surviving alone in a tiny home. Oh, it's a 3-minute video. Oh yeah, we gotta watch this.
Today I'm going to cover this small house with white woven trap. I'm not sure if I call it a real word. My English is very limited. I'm not speaking English fluently, but I'm trying to do something crazy.
Respect.
As you can see here, guys, this is very, very dusty and wall, so I want to cover this. First, I need to measure this, how long woven I need to cover it.
Oh, it's a voiceover.
Measure it with a traditional way, using my arm. I have not any kind of modern measurement. So, and it is 6 arm, and it means 3 meter long. So I need a 3 meter woven to cover it. And here, as you can see, guys, I'm not fulfill my materials to survive this small house. I need to buy some materials to cook my foods, everything.
What?
I will show you tomorrow videos. Now let's go to shop to buy water and plastic.
Bro, what? That's not. He walked across Ethiopia on foot and vlogged it? Okay, man. Wait a minute. What? That's. Bro, Ethiopia is humongous. What the. What? Oh my God.
እሺ ጋይስ እንዴት አደራችሁ? አሁን ጉዞ ላደርግ ነው ማለት ነው።
He walked 1,100 kilometers across Ethiopia. I'm gonna just skim through it
ጉዞ ወደ
because it sounds like he's speaking Amharic.
መሮጠው በዛሬው ጉዞ ማለት ነው በጊዜ ዝዋይ ላይ እንድደርስና በዛውም የዝዋይን ሐይቅ የመጎብኘት ፍላጎት አለኝ። ለእናንተ ማሳያችኋለሁ ማለት ነው። ዝዋይ ሐይቅ ዳርቻ ላይ የምንጎበኘው ይሆናል። ለዛ ነውና ወራፍትም እንዲኖረኝ ይፈልጋለሁ።
I'm impressed. Color me impressed, bro. That is impressive. He walked 1,100 kilometers. He has a playlist of it. What the what? Yo, this brother is built different. Turn on closed captioning. Oh, so they have like the translation. Let me see if I can get it translated to English. That's wild. What the?
Oh.
That's why I have to have a rest because tomorrow I'm leaving and going to
ቡልቡላ ምናምን
a
የሚባል
country
ሀገር አለ።
called
ወደዛ ጓዛለሁ።
Ebola.
ከዛ አርሲ ነገሌ፣ ከዛ ሻሸመኔ፣ ከዛ ሐዋሳ።
I thought.
ሐዋሳ ላይ ነው የረፍት ቀን ለማድረግ ያሰብኩት። ቢያንስ
Oh, he's going to Hawassa.
አርፋለሁ ብያለሁ ሐዋሳ እና ለዛ ነው ባይዘው
Okay, I gotta watch this on my own because I don't want to sit here and bore you guys. But yo, this is I gotta research a little bit more. This is an incredible feat. I think that should be on the news, man. Instead, let's see. I think we've been on for a couple of hours already. I admire the love you have for Ethiopia. I'm not rich either, but I can do something for you for your staying in Ethiopia. Oh, for real? Inbox me on Instagram. My social media is going. It's right below the view count. You guys can see it like rotating between different platforms, like towards right above the actual video. You can see. Just hit me up on Instagram. You see my Instagram handle up there, so you can go and support. Inbox me, and let me know. Hey, Mimi Paris. What's up, Mimi? Yeah, this is incredible. It's incredible, man. It's not the government. It's some media company that sponsored it. Oh, the Dylan Page situation. That's cool. Like, listen, if somebody offered me a free trip anywhere, you think I'm going to say no? You think I'm going to say no to a sponsorship, to travel? I love travel, man. Thank you for bringing this. Yeah, absolutely, man. If somebody walking across Ethiopia, I'm going to cover it. Don't understand. Is this a hate? Don't understand why this is a video for reaction. What you mean? We're doing reaction videos, but we do it on the fly. That's what we do. That's why we do it live. But yeah, I'm going to research this a little bit more. So we're going to be getting off of YouTube. Doo-doo dandruff in the chat. But we're going to be getting off of YouTube shortly here, guys. And we're going to react to a music video from Fortuna G. Fortuna G. Her last name is crazy long. And it's called Gyal Raya. So guys, go to Rumble. If you guys have the link to Rumble, I'm going to actually post it in the chat so you guys have that together. 1 second. Let me get the link for y'all so y'all can come over to Rumble if you're on YouTube. But if you're on other platforms, you're totally fine. So don't worry about it. Okay. Is it still live? Cool. Okay. Did that chat go through? 1 second, y'all. I gotta make sure that chat went through. There we go. So on YouTube, guys, go to that link on Rumble, and you guys should be good to go. Let me get the vertical YouTube stream as well, because we're about to have some fun, man. And potentially do some more reactions off of YouTube. Okay. Bear with me for a second, chat. Trying to make sure all you folks can come over to Rumble on YouTube. Okay, got that. I'm gonna pin that so you guys can already just go to Rumble. I'm gonna go to both streams to make sure they're pinned. Cool. Got it. All right, guys, use the pinned link in the chat to go over to Rumble if you're on YouTube. Otherwise, everybody else is straight. So everybody watching on TikTok, everybody watching on Kick, Rumble, Twitch, Party, y'all are all good. So y'all can stay. But my YouTube folks, we're going to Rumble to react to this music video. It looks dope. It looks like she's a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She got powers. Okay. Let's actually... Let's see. We have to yank this. Okay, cool. We got it. All right, guys. We're getting off of YouTube in just a few seconds here. I think it's on Restream. Yep. All right, guys. We're going to be getting off of YouTube in about 10 seconds. So I'm going to do a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Vertical stream on YouTube going down now. And then